be sparking and rushing, man, like inside the dark, call me Bill Snatcher. Just a brother for the rapture. I hang glide, holding on strong, hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifested. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my sacred life.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? So today we're going to be having a very serious and a very real conversation about some of the information that we got in Boruto chapter 40. Now, obviously, if you're an anime only viewer, I'm going to talk to you for a second. So this is the time of the month where the next few videos are going to be spoiler heavy. So I thank you for your support. As of this recording, out of the 400 videos, when you count the chapter review, over 80% of the content on the channel is spoiler free. So I thank you for your support. One way I am going to try and balance this out is I am going to try and double upload on a few days. That way you either get something about Naruto lore or a true power video or something talking about one of the various novels. I'm going to try and balance it out that way I don't alienate the anime only fans. But if you're trying to get caught up on the Boruto manga, if you look down in the description box, I have a link in the description box where you guys can read the manga and do so in a way that supports the channel. So with that being said, if you're still here, I'm going to assume that you're okay with spoilers. So Boruto chapter 40 dropped one hell of a bombshell on us, okay? So in chapter 39, we got the bit of foreshadowing that Jigen was looking at Boruto and Kawaki and saying, okay, they're going to be perfect Otsutsuki. They are going to essentially bring forward a new divine tree. Well, this chapter shows us that they have orders to capture Boruto alive, because when Boruto is fighting against Boro and Boro's just running through the members of Team 7, with the exception being Sarada, when this is happening, you have that moment where Boro says, okay, it's time for me to take you back with me. And that's so interesting to me, because I find it so odd that after Boruto talks to his father Naruto and says, I want to know more about you, I want to know more about your story, and part of Naruto's story is being hunted down by the Akatsuki because of something that's inside of him, and now you have something like that going on with Boruto, where because Boruto was the one who handed out the finishing blow on Momoshiki, Boruto's being hunted down by the Kara organization. And as we've seen in the brief encounters that we've had with the various members, they're extremely powerful and they're not something that we need to be taken lightly. And I like the bit where you have Boro where he's basically saying, I'm going to take you back to Jigen and you'll be well taken care of. We know that that's the absolute opposite. Like Kawaki, at the thought of going back to Jigen, not only was he enraged, but he had a bit of PTSD, and you could see him having a bit of a breakdown a few chapters ago when he's thinking about Naruto. And what's so crazy is the fact that like Boruto doesn't know how good he had it, but if he were to go stay with Kara and be experimented on and be shoved in that test tube like Kawaki, he would find himself longing for the life that he took for granted. So I don't think that's gonna happen, but I do think that having Boruto being hunted down, I think now we're getting to the point where when the Boruto manga and the Boruto anime was starting up in 2016 and 2017 respectively, when Masashi Kishimoto talked about the fact that things will progressively get darker, I think now we're starting that transition to now we're getting to the dark part. Now Boruto's fully understanding that because of who he is, because of what he is, because he's no longer a human being. Like Momoshiki told him, he said, those who kill gods will never, they will never ever be the same. So what I find fascinating about that is Boruto seeing firsthand that there's more to just having this mark on his hand. And if they manage to escape, which I do think they will, but if they manage to escape, learning from Tsunade about the Byakugo seal and how it might connect to the Karma seal might be the one thing that keeps Boruto safe. But what's so crazy about this is the fact that like when Boro was talking, he says, you're Momoshiki's vessel. And obviously we can't hear the voice and hear the inflection because it's a manga chapter, but it's one of those times where I'm reading it and I'm wondering, given the fact that they know that Momoshiki is essentially going to be inside of Boruto, is this going to be an opportunity for us to see the relationship between Momoshiki and Isshiki Otsutsuki? And if that is indeed the case, like what are they going to try and do? Are they going to try and draw Momoshiki out of Boruto? I'm not necessarily saying like extract him, but necessarily one of those things where they try and speed up the process just like how they did with Kawaki. I really want to know what that is. Like, are these two really in league together? Is that something that could happen? Again, I might be reading too much into that, but I like the idea that now when Sarada's leading that counterattack, there's real stakes at place, because Sarada knows that not only do they have the Hokage, but they also have their eyes set on Kawaki, and now they have their eyes set on Boruto. So now this mission to save Naruto just got a lot more complex. But I want to know from you guys, ice. Do you think that this is a bit too much of a retread of Naruto running from the Akatsuki and then turn around and hunting down the Akatsuki, if you will? Do you think that that's too much of a retread, or do you think that they're going about it the right way to try and give us something a little different on a new spin? So what I like to compare it to is like how the Dodge Challenger came out and the body style for the most part stayed the same, but they made changes. They changed the grille, they changed the tail lights, they changed the interior, they changed the engines, they changed the transmission. They just gradually changed the platform. I feel like that's what the Boruto series is doing, but that's how I view it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.